Why did y'all make being authentic weird? Because I'll be weird.
I'm in love with the coco. I'm in love with the coco.
Hey y'all, so for those of y'all that don't know me, I'm Ranisha, and for those of y'all that do know me, welcome back. Like y'all just keep coming back. Y'all are just so loyal to me. I love y'all. I know it's been a minute since I came on here with a message, and I was like, let me just pop out and show them something. Pop out and show them a little 1-2, a little message from God, because I know y'all need it, because I need it. It's just so refreshing to just be back.
I haven't made a video since like one of these little one-on-one sit down, get down to the nitty-gritty type videos since March, February. I miss y'all. Life just being away, and I need to get back to it. So we're back.
Hold on. If you ain't checked out my last videos, what are you doing? Like, I'm playing. I know it's a message from some y'all in there.
So, when I come on here and I tell y'all these messages, I don't have it planned out. Like, it just comes to me in that moment. So, whatever God feels like I need to know at that moment, I share it with y'all. I feel like lately, God has been trying to show me, like, when you're authentically yourself, it's going to trigger people. The way he sent it to me was, he was like, your light triggers their demons, right? Basically, what that means is, when you're authentically yourself, walking in your purpose and doing the things that God intends for you to do, like, just being happy, being yourself, like, not really caring what anybody else thinks, and just carrying yourself to a higher standard, like, and not comparing yourself to nobody else, just authentically being yourself. When people aren't doing that themselves, it triggers something in them. Like, I notice, like, I'll be like, hey, how you doing? Just genuinely being nice to people, and they won't meet me with that same energy. Now, back when I was younger, or before I really tapped into, like, the fact that, people are projecting, it would bother me. I'm like, wow, like, I'm being so nice to you, or like, I've done so much to you, because I used to be a people pleaser. So I'm like, okay, I'm doing so much for you. I'm being so nice to you. Why am I not getting the same energy in return? And it's because people haven't met themselves on the level that you've met yourself. And it's just like, if they're getting triggered and you haven't done nothing wrong, continue being yourself. Like, don't try to meet them with that energy, because now you letting their demon lower your vibration and get on their level. I had to stop doing that. That's how toxicity starts. If you notice that people are trying to, like, bring you down to their level, no bad blood, no beef. Just distance yourself. I don't care if it's like family, friends, you love them from a distance. Because if it's like triggering your self peace, or, just kind of making you second guess yourself, I mean, personally, it's not worth it. If it's costing me my peace of mind, anything that's going to send me into like a negative spiral or anything, I just cut it out altogether. I'm not dealing with that. I've dealt with so much to the point to where I'm just like, I don't want to take on none of your battles. I pray for you, but that's not my fight. So if you notice that you're genuinely being yourself, that's all you're supposed to do. You're not put here to be nobody else. If anybody has a problem with you being yourself, remove them, because who else are you going to be at the end of the day? And I know a lot of people want to fit in. They want friendship. They crave, companion. But I think it's important to be around the right type of companion. So if it's changing you or making you try to be like them, it's not worth it. Because in the long run, if you're constantly sitting there trying to be somebody else, you're going to lose yourself. It's like, yes, you have the friends, you have the people, maybe, but who are you when you're by yourself and you're alone? It's like you kind of go into like a identity crisis, right? And that's what happened to me, because I'm sitting here like, oh, well, everybody's doing this. Let me do this. And I kind of talked about that in my last video. If you haven't checked that out, go check that out. I'll leave the link in the bio. But yes, so when your light is triggering their demon, It's just like, I pray for you. Don't even bring it up, because it's like you bringing it up, they're gonna feel like, sometimes they'll feel like you think you're better than them, and which is not the case. Which you genuinely want to see them be better, but they have to want that for themselves. Like you can't fix everybody, you know. And also, like, if they haven't met themselves on that level, it's gonna trigger something in them, and that might lead to conflict. That's just my personal experience. I noticed, like, I'll be so nice to people, and recently God has put me in like a season of isolation. Like, I'm talking deep isolation. Like, it's not even like a bad isolation though, because I needed it. Sometimes you need to spend time with yourself to get back to who you are. Like, you have to distance yourself from all distractions. I'm talking people. Just it was just me, my diary, and my music. And I'm not talking about like no low vibrational music, like no sad music. I try to stay away from that. I try to stay away from listening to like sad music, or like music that kind of match like negative emotions. Like, say I'm sad, I might listen to one sad song that kind of like fit my mood. But after that, I got to get to the upbeat stuff. Like, I need to dance. I need to do something. Put on some reggae. Put on some Afro beats. Something to like lift your spirit, because you can't stay in that negative energy for a long time. Because when you sit there and stay in that negative headspace and just keep on listening to that music, or keep on dwelling on your situation, you're not growing from it. You just sitting there, sitting in that negative emotion. It's like, that's what that's why people be depressed. They be sitting there listening to all the sad music, trying to like match their mood at the time. But it's like, listen to that one sad song and going about your day. Like, you can't sit in that negativity for too long. And I think that's why a lot of people kind of project onto others, because they sit in those negative headspaces for way too long. And I was sitting here talking to God, like, why am I just like, I was going through a little time when my grandpa passed. I was so sad. This was about 2 months ago, and you know, it's like, because when my grandma passed a couple of years ago, I was in a negative headspace for a long time. I knew I did not want to repeat that same cycle again. So with that, I would just like do stuff that was fun to me. So, I did the photo shoot. It was my birthday. Like, I had a lot of like happy moments that I was doing. Also, not dwelling in the sadness. I wasn't trying to project it onto nobody else. I didn't want to be like, oh well, my grandpa passed, so I don't really want to do that. Like, I would just go do it, because my grandpa not gonna want me to stop my life just because something like natural like that is going on. I don't let anything negative in my life affect anybody else, nor do I let it affect me for too long of a time, because life is still gonna go on. What, I want to be sad for the next 10 years because of something that happened 5 minutes ago? I mean, like, not that you're gonna get it over in 5 minutes, but you know what I'm saying. Like, don't let what you got going on affect nobody else. When I see other people doing something and they're just authentically being themselves, that makes me happy. I love to see people being authentically themselves. When you see people out here, they're all doing the same thing. It's like, you can see that they're not satisfied. They're just like doing it because that's what's popular, that's what's trending. I don't want to be that person. I never want to be the person that's like just following a trend. If it don't feel like me, it's not worth it. I never want to get back into that headspace of just doing stuff because it's popular. And for a long time I was nervous about starting my YouTube, because I was like, I don't do what everybody else does. I don't do what's trending. I don't do what's popular. So, like, I'm not gonna make content just because that's what's most watched at the moment. I'm just gonna stay true to myself. If you vibe with it, you vibe with it. You feel me? And so, yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk about that, because like, in 2025, it's too much influence on the media. It's so much influence on the media, and that can influence you to switch it up. But when you switch it up, like, it's okay to be influenced, but still stay true to yourself at the end of the day. Like, you can do what other people are doing because you genuinely think it's interesting, but it's important to still stay true to yourself while you're doing that. So you can make videos, but don't go steal somebody else. Steal somebody else the word for it, but for you're not them. Respectfully, you're not them. So just be yourself, you know. And when you be yourself authentically 100%, nobody else can trigger you. You know, you're not gonna sit there and compare yourself to nobody else or feel like you're in competition with nobody, because once you're comfortable with yourself, that's all you know. And then you kind of understand, like, okay, this is my personality, this is their personality. Either we click or we don't. Like, it's important to understand, like, you're not gonna click with everybody. I understand I'm not gonna click with everybody, and some people will say like, oh, she thinks she's too good, she thinks she's better than us, whatever, whatever. That's just them projecting. I don't care. I know in my heart, I don't think I'm better than nobody. I'm not trying to be better than nobody but the person I was yesterday. Nobody outside of me is even in comparison or competition with me at all. That's not my goal or my motive. I show up 100% who I am. That's all I can be. That's all I can be. So it's like, if you have a problem with me being myself, I think that's on you, you know. But and that's just something that people have to work on these days, because like, you know, you see people like doing their own thing. When I see like the weird people that y'all like to call weird, or because they're doing something different, I admire that, because it's like they're being themselves. They don't care what nobody else think, which they shouldn't. They don't care what nobody else think. They don't feel like, oh, I can't do this because, you know, like something I really don't like is when people be dancing. People can be dancing out in public, and people be sitting there looking at them like, what are they doing? Like, I'm sitting there like, okay, like, yes. Why are people so triggered by somebody being authentic? Like, when did being authentic become weird? Why? I don't understand that. Why did y'all make being authentic weird? Cause I'll be weird. Like, I just love the eccentric kids that just be doing their own thing. Like, so many people just doing their own thing, and it's like those are the people that actually have talent. They're comfortable with themselves, and they just live life to the fullest. It's the ones that's sitting here trying to be like everybody else that are not fulfilled. Sitting there constantly trying to fit a narrative, or trying to fit in. Don't try to fit in with nobody. I love myself because I'm able to stand out. I'm able to stand out any room that I walk into because I'm authentically myself. It's not like, oh, I walk into the room and I'm trying to match the vibe of what's going on in the room. That room don't got nothing to do with me, because when I leave, what am I going to still match the vibe of the room? No, I'm going to go back to myself. What happens when those people see me outside of the room and they're like, wasn't you just? Nah, nah. I would never be those people that like, you know how, because it's, okay, I can't say I would never be one of those people, because I used to be. So I would have like one group of friends, like they'd be my party friends. And then I would have another group of friends, maybe like my chill friends. So when those two friend groups collide, it'd be awkward, because it's like, okay, do I be my party self or do I be my calm self? It's like I be split in between the personalities, and it's like it's important to just be yourself no matter what room you walk into, so it's not awkward, you know? Like, I should be able to bring all my friends together and we have a good time because I'm myself, you know? Yes, they're gonna have their own different personalities, but at the end of the day, it don't have nothing to do with me, because I showed up the same person every single time. So, in this season of my life, I'm just working on, you know, just being me. Like, I want to walk into, no matter what room I walk into, I want everybody to get the same version of me. I don't want to try to dumb down this version because that's how this room is operating, or dumb down this version because that's how this room is operating. What you see is what you get. What you see right now is what you're gonna get 24/7. Unless, like, you know, I am shy at first. I will say that, like, I am shy, but when I do start to show up, this is what you're gonna get. It's not gonna be like, I don't like to do this, so I'm not gonna do this. If I want to do it, I'm gonna do it. I only live one time, I'm not about to sit here and try to dumb myself down for nobody at the end of the day. So don't dumb yourself down. Don't dim your lights. Don't stop being yourself because somebody else is not doing it. Because at the end of the day, when you're genuinely showing up as yourself, you might spark a light in them, and then they'll be themselves. You know, you never know who you're gonna inspire. So just show up as yourself, because you sitting there showing up as anybody else. Who are you gonna inspire when you like 90% of the other people on the internet? But you just that one person that's standing out, and it's like, oh, she doing her thing. Like she just, yeah. The moral of my story is just be yourself. Like no matter what nobody else is doing, if you want to play that sport, play that sport. If you want to play that instrument, play that instrument. If you want to go do that dance, do that dance. But don't sit there and let society bully you out of being authentic. Understand? Because like life is too short. Life is too short to be sitting here trying to appease to everybody else. Because at the end of the day, who cares? Just be yourself. Be yourself. Somebody gonna like it, and if they don't need to be there anyway. I like it. Come be yourself around me. We have fun together. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy it. I do plan on being way more consistent than I have been. Life just be life, but I'm back, girl. I'm back, boy. I'm back, y'all. So, with that being said, and this concludes today's video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Whatever y'all want to see, whatever y'all took from this video, leave it in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all later. Alright, bye.
I'm in love with the coco. I'm in love with the coco.